Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We're streaming, and now since we've been doing this on Wednesdays, it's a little bit of a change of energy starting up this stream because we were just working all day. We had all 4 guys in the shop. Wednesdays is our full production day where we got 2 benches rolling. We're getting a ton of stuff done, pumping out orders, and getting ready for our 12th annual extravaganza in-house show coming up in 2 weekends, April 1st and 2nd. It's real quiet in the shop here, and we're doing the Annealer reveal, so it's a little bit of a different change of energy, which is nice, and I can kind of calm down and slide into the energy of these pieces and kind of go through what was a pretty incredible show considering all the action that went down. If you guys saw the show live on Tuesday, we started about 15 minutes late. We had, first of all, the stream wasn't even starting, so we were just working through the tech, and I mean, they worked on it for 10-15 minutes, and then I did the old let's hit the off button. They did actually try to turn off and turn back on reboot, but then I hit the super off button, and all of a sudden it started working. So that's cool how that turned out. We got it on, but then the mics weren't working all night. We were swapping them in and out. We were talking into each other's other mics, and luckily Chris's mic worked throughout the show, so he was a good narrator of what was going down. But we made some incredible pieces throughout all that, even with one of them breaking and we having to restart one of the pieces. This is an incredible feat for 2 hours, I would say. And that's what we shoot to do on every Tuesday show, is just get crazy with it. So I'll start off with the warmer-upper. This was a pretty emotional piece, ladies and gentlemen. Started off with Joey. He made a recycled body and did granny green in the cracks. And you heard when I said that, he said that. I was a little surprised. I was like, oh? Because on top of recycle, it can get lost pretty easy. And it does get a little bit lost, but it's also a pretty cool, subtle touch of color, especially when you add the vibrancy of what Chris put on here, the handles on the body of the piece. So it actually turned out incredible. There's the stamp right there. And they made this twist bowl. Joey did, handed it off to Chris. Chris put the stem on it, a nice footing tool foot, which it actually took 2 tries. He cut one off in huge hanks. He didn't just cut it off either. He pulled it out super long and threw it on the floor and was like all riled up. But then he wrangled it back together as a glass blower does. They got a nice foot on it. They punted it up, flipped it around. And then the handles on this, I know we got to get a nice zoom on this. I'm sure we are, but the handles are just out of control. And this is not any technique I've seen before. I think he was kind of shooting from the hip when he did this one. And then the clear runners where he jumped from here to here and then up to the glass and then had enough heat to walk the dog four times up the side of it is pretty hardcore. This could have been done on the Goblet Show on the 1st of the month, but he did it on this one. That was just his energy. He was putting all that pre-show electronic difficulty energy into this piece, and it turned out really nice. And for whatever reason, he put it up for a pretty low price, $128, when normally a goblet like this, the goblets we sold, I mean, the one that I sold that was re-gifted back to me, Sue, you're amazing, was in the 200. So considering looking at something like this for $128, it's a steal, and it's got a story behind it. And this one, I think, did make it live the day after the show, which is today, Wednesday. It is live, if some sneaky person took a look. The other one for sale, which is going to be the Chick, isn't going to be live until the actual reveal on Thursday at 3 o'clock. But that was the warmer-upper. Then we had the custom orders. We had 2 custom orders to do. The first one was for Greg Kennett. Now, he's putting together a pretty serious collection here. Greg, if you're out there, you're the man. But this is just in his color palette: iris blue, cobalt blue, golds, and black and clear. Originally, when we wrote it up, there was no Rosetta foot like this on the bottom, and there was a blue lip wrap up here, but there also was, we were going to do straight optics and just clear. I decided on the fly, and he trusts it and knows that we know what we're doing, which is the beautiful thing when you're doing custom orders. You leave a little wiggle room in case we see something that's going to make more sense. The 3 things that changed was Chris decided to put a clear patty right here to connect it so that it wasn't black right against blue. 2 really soft colors. It could have been not so smooth of a connection. And it actually makes a beautiful connection to the clear up here, the way those 2 go together. And then you got the blue and the blue kind of with something in between too. I think aesthetically it's put together really well color-wise. The black comes down, that was his idea. And then for this added color, you gotta have the blue chrome on there for most of his pieces. So to make the foot a little bit wider and add a delicate, sweet, personalized flair to it, we put the Rosetta foot on there, and that just turned out pretty darn out of control too. That blue chrome is just popping, it looks like a mirror almost, and it's really cool with these Rosettas. Each one's individual, but each one's got its own little curl and its own little twist. Also, I mean, particularly this one's really beautiful right here because the glass is cooling down as you're putting it on. You try and do that fast. Blue's a soft color, so you got a little more time, but when you're doing 8 or 9 twists, by the time you're getting the last 2, you guys saw me slowing down, my fingers were burning, and the last 2 I took it really slow as to not break the glass by forcing it too hard because it was getting cold. So they're all unique, super cool. The inside's got 3 beautiful cobalt swirls. And then right on the fly, decided not to. Joey had it all queued up and ready to go to do an iris blue lip wrap like the bottom up here. But for sipping whiskey like this, and looking at it and smelling it and whatnot, you don't want a thick lip up here. It's the worst. It's like drinking wine out of like a coffee mug. It's not fun. It's not cool. So we had the blue down here, connecting with the blue here, and I said, let's get rid of it. Pulled it out, trimmed it, and it was perfect thin. It's a beautiful, perfect lip up top. This is a pretty high quality, top-notch piece. And another one for Greg's collection. He's got a new china cabinet, and he's filling it up, folks. So that's a beauty. I haven't got the signing in these yet, but I will have them signed on the bottom. Show 207. The custom orders get scribed, custom order on them as well. The next one was a birthday special. You guys all know Robin, the shipping connoisseur. She is incredible. Wrote up the board for us for show 207 in the past few shows as well. Her daughter, Elisa, who is super cool. She's came to our bowling parties before. Really cool, really great. Watches every single show with us, and we enjoy spending time with her. It was her birthday. She didn't know what was happening, but Rob and Joey and I queued up a pretty sweet birthday surprise. Joey led the train on this one, picked out the colors. We talked about it. Talked about with Robin a little bit of the aventurine was her idea, which is something special. It's super expensive. We don't pull it out often. But if you get a good look at that, this is a gold aventurine. Joey put it just in the cracks. He's got a yellow to orange to green fade. And he did the optic double twist super special switchback swirl. That's a patented name, ladies and gentlemen. But he only put that gold right in the crevices of the optics before he twisted it. So it's got a really sweet, I mean, it's kind of earthy, kind of like you found some kind of like gold mine out in the forest type glass, and it's the perfect size. Joey actually, I mean, this is like a really tight glass. He was spending a lot of time on it. Chris was kind of giving him a hard time about it because he was just doing some things where I was like, what's he doing? But he must have been lining it up really good because this is one of the tighter, perfect straight wall, perfect size for exactly what Robin and I have been talking about is her drink preference. It's probably 12 to 14 ounces. And perfect clear lip on top. It's a really well-crafted glass and a pretty nice birthday surprise for Elisa, who was watching the show, and I hope she enjoys this one back at the house. So that's super tight. Up next, we made the chick, and this one's for sale here. This one, since we had the gold out, Chris made a super special one-of-a-kind chick. He went with a black. This is actually a color I call dark and stormy. We only have about a half a tray of it left, and it was a color I found in the back room when I was cleaning out the shop. And at the rent fair, one of our employees mixed another color with it. So we've got this mixture of two, a really dark and a metallic color that I don't even know one of the colors, so we're never going to be able to recreate it again. It's super sweet. The dark and stormy, got a little bit of claw dust on it. And then he put the gold bling bling in the cracks, just like Joey did. And it turned out amazing. This is no ordinary chick either. Obviously, we've got our extravaganza show coming up, and Easter's around the corner, so we put on the bunny ears on here. Chris gave a little bend to one side, matching super sweet chick tail, and then you can see those Marini eyes are something really special. You guys may or may not know the process of those, to pull out a long strand, 10-foot strand, with it layered with 5, 6, 7 layers of color on the inside to get those different color rings, kind of like a tree growing. And then you chop them down, you preheat them, and you stuck them right in the eye spots. It's a really, really nice piece. We sell them as standalone chicks from time to time like that. They're not, this one was not made for that. It would have been a wider base or even no base at all. But what we're gonna do with this guy is put it right on this pair of super cool custom welded chick legs. Boom. This is our medium-sized chick leg. We got him named Eddie. There's this guy right here. We got a good friend named Eddie. So just a shout out to him. But super cool chick. And this is the one that is for sale, but it's not on the website yet. So when these pieces go live, since we had the technical difficulties of the show, this one will actually have pictures up so you'll know what you're getting. It's after the fact. So sometimes the colors change, and you guys know that when you're purchasing pieces on the show. These ones are set and done. You know what you're getting, and you can buy them on the Gathering Point page on glassacademy.com. The last piece was the giveaway. This is the Nest Bowl, and this is actually, I was talking about it with Joey this morning. This may be a color that we will, and you guys let us know what you think. Send us an email or shoot us a message if you think that this is something that we should be recreating. We've been redesigning the bowl colors. We're in between the two we showed you on the show. This bright chartreuse green and a deep transparent purple. And this could potentially be one of them. It's multiple greens mixed together. It's super nesty. It's like straight out of the forest. And I'm a really big fan of it. Super unique, splattered on there. It was a little more unique than I was anticipating. Joey's first bit was pretty large. I pulled it out like this long. I actually pulled the pipe out of the bench and was just holding it there, twirling it while he was letting the glass drip down on it. It got pretty out of control, but somehow turned out perfect. That's the beauty of the Nest Bowls. They're really cool. You can't overthink them. It's tough for us when we're sitting there making them. We're overthinking the process and lining up. We're trying to make them too perfect. So this actually just forced it into a beautiful nesting shape. Then, folks, we revealed our signature eggs. This was a special for the show. I'm not sure if Michelle still has it online that you can purchase the 3 and get the hand tucked together by Robin cute little non-glass nesting bowl. But that was a special, I know, at least for the show. We bought all 3 of them. We had up until the show, we're doing pre-orders so that we know how many we can make. And this is something that our VIP members have gotten accustomed to, and a lot of people have on the show. But we'll do pre-orders up until the release date, and then we're going to put the price up a little bit to where we actually want it to be. The pre-orders, we discount them here for you guys, give you a special deal, especially for a set of 3, because it allows us as a really small team of artists to have the time and the knowledge of what's coming down the pipeline to make things efficiently going forward. So it takes a load off our shoulders if you guys get your orders in first, and we reward you by giving you the special deal to begin with. So there's a set of 3 discount on there, and they're individually priced. They should still be on the Gathering Point page right there, but they're going to be coming up on the website here soon. Recycle blue, a beautiful lavender type color, and then this would be, I don't want to name it wrong because I know Michelle put a lot of work into the names that she chose for them. So those are the 3 right there. We're pretty excited about them. They're sandblasted. They've got a nice matte finish to them, lacquered up so they don't scratch at all or get any dust in them. And those are our signature eggs of the year. Haven't picked a charity for them yet. We're still talking about that with Michelle, but we'll keep you guys in the loop. We'll probably be revealing that April 1st when they go actually live to the general public. That was a lot of information, folks. There's the giveaway question. What would you like to see made on our 12th annual glass extravaganza? That's when we're blowing glass live in studio here from 1 to 4 o'clock, both Saturday and Sunday. So we're asking you for the giveaway to win the Nest Bowl. You email us at enews@glassacademy.com. Send your answer in there. Next Tuesday during the live show, every week we do a drawing. This is the piece we'll be giving away on Tuesday. So get your submissions in there. Answer that question. That's also a little bit of research for us because we're going to be blowing glass live for multiple hours you guys are local, come by, check out the new products. We're revealing some crazy new mushrooms. You're gonna love them, and it pretty much sums it up. Hope you guys are having a great week. The weather's breaking here in Michigan. It feels amazing. It's giving everyone energy. We had a great time in the studio today. But if you got questions, you know where to reach us. If you guys want to become a VIP supporter, get some exclusive content and some VIP access to brand new products. We didn't do any special access on the eggs because there's only 3 kind and they're all one of a kind. There's no pick a blue one. We're going to send you a handmade blue one. When we get into the snakes and we get into a few other products we're releasing in the near future coming up, you guys will have first pick of those products when we release them. So that's $4.99 a month. It's on YouTube and you can find all that information on there. If you have questions, reach out to us. But we appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great week. And we'll see you on Sunday, 9 a.m.